Hi. I'm on here now. I'm just recording and documenting because, remember, people really have died at these people's hands. Um, One of the things that I wanted to mention, and the reason I come on here, I have to go soon because I gotta go fucking do shit. So I wanted to try to make this quick. It's very impossible for me to make shit quick. Um, I have to wear this mask because the fragrance smell in my apartment. I don't know if it's in the building, in the hallway. Just a few minutes ago, I could smell the people. I don't know if they're spraying something actively, but I could smell some of those like funny individuals walking by my hallway. I want to check my video, but I could smell their cologne. I could smell them walking in my hallway. It's so strong. I can smell people in the hallway. I can almost identify them based on the smell. And that's what's making my period uh, the way that it is. They want it to look like a perimenopause. I'm not going through menopause. I'm 42 fucking years old. This is chemicals around me that people are spraying within their own apartments. That's making it so that they want my underwear. They want me to have a bunch of fucking laundry. They want me to be messy. They're trying to portray a narrative. They've come in here and without coming in here, right? Like through the roof with water. All of that is designed, and they're like dumbfounded as to why my shit's not dirty because I know how to clean. And they think that they could take advantage of a situation. If you were to see how all my shit is right now, all my shit's in boxes, but that's intentional because they intend to just throw those boxes out. They intend to throw my body out. And then I can hear them talking, and this is like part of the shit that's like weird and trippy. They want you to seem like you're schizophrenic. They're talking about how they've stolen from every single person in this building. And I believe they have every intention to, after my demise, they're going to put that shit in my apartment to try to paint the narrative so that they could say that I was just a thief. I don't steal from people, but I can tell you who does. I can tell you things that I've seen that I don't know if it's intentional or if it's somebody actually, like actual theft, right? Like, I don't know where these people got these checks from. I think that there's every possibility, like, okay, here's the thing. I don't feel the need to talk about my current workplace because I don't have to handle the checks, right? Somebody else is processing the checks. We just have to record it. So I don't, that's the reason I wear my contacts. That's the reason my eyes are dry. That's the reason. And look, people come on here with all of this bullshit. You guys are part of this bullshit. So fuck you. Not really. There's people on here that that come on in order to derail my thought process, but I don't have anything scripted, so I'm gonna read your shit. If I turn comments off, if I ignore it, it doesn't matter. I have to remember that I want to survive. My obvious goal is survival. So saying people's names puts me at risk of great financial harm, which will make it really hard for me to survive. So that's what all of this shit is. This is witness intimidation. They want to pressure me into thinking that I'm going to die. I don't care if I do. And they want me to start shouting out names and giving off information so then they can go in and make the narrative however they want to make it, right? So they sent all these people to my apartment. So right now, what my apartment building, Drake Management, Real Estate Management, that I've been complaining about being I haven't necessarily called them a slumlord, but this is slumlord conditions. And my apartment is maybe, I don't know, I can't say it's the cleanest apartment in here because I've seen my neighbor's apartment. He's got less shit, so his apartment's obviously cleaner than mine. But I don't know if the conditions as far as the mold is concerned, if it's cleaner, because they walk in their apartment with their shoes on and shit. I'm sure they got mold all over their shit. And they're trying to blame that shit on me. which is why you seen last week's videos of all those people. Normally, it's only going to be one person walking down here. The hallway in front of my motherfucking apartment door goes to nothing. It's a fire escape. And I watched the motherfucker crawl in the fire escape. So I know it's people out there, they're doing like cheerleading moves to crawl up the ladder to come and get into my apartment. Well, they're not coming in my apartment per se. They're trying to scare me into shouting off names and doing shit. Angry voice file. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. These people are really murderers. That's the reason I gotta wear a mask right now. You should have seen earlier. I never had my period just like squirt out, right? This is not a normal period. This is a chemically induced period, right? My periods have been heavy. It might be they've been doing this all along, ever since I lived in this apartment. No, I'm not fucking moving. I don't care. You guys are going to jail. So that's it. That's it. That's all. You guys could hang out, do the dopey dope around my fucking door all fucking day, all that you want to. It's not intimidating to me. It's not intimidating because I know who you are. I know who you are because I'm the one who talked about your fucking symbols of white supremacy. Right? When I used to play roller derby, they tried to do a fish fry back then. And they used tactics like gaslighting, manipulation. It's a hierarchy, right? So shut up. Here, I'm gonna turn comments off because you guys are too much. How do I do this? Fuck, I don't even know how to do this. It's a waste of my time. Just shut up. It's a hierarchy. It's a system in place. So when you have a board of directors, let's say, and then the people feeding into that board of directors all head up departments and stuff, there's no way to change things, right? When I was skating, I said, can we address the logos and shit? I'm going to bring this up again because I feel like it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary, and it has everything to do with the stuff that's going on in the government right now. There's only one person I've seen address it. Everybody's like kikiing and ha-haing about it a little bit, and I don't even know if I can take this person seriously, but it is the only person I've seen address it, and they've actually shown government officials who have the Totenkopf. If you know what I'm talking about, that is the it's a skull and crossbones tattoo. It's a very specific one. It's like strong bones with the skull on the back of it. If you go to the ADL's website for the handbook on hate, they have that shit listed as a symbol of hate. And then they have examples of it, and it's a whole bunch of prisoners with that motherfucking tattoo and shit. And there's other ones. There's other ones that you'll see. That's neo-Nazism, skinheads, racists. I have to, because if I take it off, it smells way too fragrant in here. The fragrance is what's making my period leak real bad. I'm sitting on top of a doggy piss pad, and I just changed my maxi pad if you really want to know how it is. My period's always been kind of heavy, but always for like the last 10 years that I've lived here. So I don't know if there's a connection between that, but whatever is going on within my body is abnormal, and it's absolutely undetectable. These are tactics used by this crew, Skull and Crossbones, to fucking murder people. When you come across people and meet people with PCOS, they're victims of child abuse. They're survivors of child abuse. It's not even going to the doctor because doctors are involved. Do you know if people can appear in the hallway seconds as I'm thinking about going on a walk, right? So like I get off of work 8 o'clock. Sometimes I'll make sure I make my dinner 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It doesn't matter what time. If I think about even going outside, I checked for the last week. I checked all my security camera footage. Every night when I'm supposed to go on a walk that I thought about going on after work, they have people in the hallway just minutes after my thoughts. It's not the government. It's the crazy ass motherfuckers they paid in this building to do it. But it is the government. Indirectly. It's more than that. I had a lot of things go on in my youth, and I never should have had sex with 100 people by the time I was 18. Right? That means I had to handle it. It's the same thing as Jeffrey Epstein shit, and I never even imagined that my shit would be related to that. I never claimed to be, but as I sit and I think about it, how the fuck is it that every situation in which I have been, it's not forced to have sex, it's social engineering. Do you understand social? If you don't understand social engineering, you're gone too, boy. Social engineering is somebody meeting you and being like, oh, I like that's Hayden Panettiere's whole situation. That's a socially engineered fucking situation. That guy had nothing, came from nothing. Maybe white supremacy. I don't know. I can't make those claims. I don't know him. I don't know what tattoos he has. But I know that he was a woman abuser. And he was put in her life intentionally because she was trafficked. So he was the one that's put there to make sure that she dies. Oh, I'm going to take it off when I get outside. Don't worry. He was put in her life to make sure that she dies. Why do you think all this shit is going to the FBI? Hopefully the FBI does something, but there's so many of these places that are involved. It's very rare and very seldom that people get to see justice when they need to. That's the New World Order. I've explained it. Have I explained the difference? I think I explained the difference on my last video, the difference between Hayden's boyfriend and D4VID. Hayden's boyfriend is more likely to get away with murder, right? And then go high five his boys club than D4VID. And D4VID, like, I'm not making excuses or saying it's acceptable, but within my own family, my sister left the house at 15 and she got married to a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, something like that. Right? That's the same fucking shit. It's the same. It's very common in Hispanic families for children to find their husbands or their mates. Same with Indian families. Children around the world are trafficked. We do not get to. This is Melina from that's what. Oh my gosh! Here, let me show you. Let me motherfucking show you. Hold on. And then I gotta get off of this call because I have shit to do. Because I'm not gonna let you stop my forward motion. If you want to stop my forward motion, I'll see you outside. Right? It's a bunch of idiots and they don't know what the fuck is up because they're all concerned about money. What they do is they employ drug addicts and motherfucking dumb kids and they get them to do their dirty work so that they get to keep their fucking plush houses, nice cars. It makes me so sick to think about all the women that fucking accepted gifts from Jeffrey Epstein for harming children. I can't even find it right now. I know I have it in here somewhere. But I went through some of this shit that I have in here that I need to get rid of. And I found some stuff that was really interesting, including a photo from when I skated for the Los Angeles Derby Dolls. I gotta find it. I'm going to find it. And the reason why I believe that this is so important, why it's so important to me, is because it does go, it leans towards, this is my favorite thing to say, me actually being a psychic. These things, socially engineered, whatever, psychic, whatever. When I was younger and I used to play, somebody brought it up, Mortal Kombat. When I was younger and I used to play Mortal Kombat, whatchamacallit, I never played with this character. I didn't really know much about her. I believe that her initials are MK, right? And that's just one letter shy of motherfucking Ultra. And, this is not just the setup on my life. This is the universe talking. This is the world. This is our fucking... They think... I can't wait for them to get arrested. I just don't know how because I only got to watch half of it before I had to get up and make my comments on it. But Ali is correct in saying that the DOJ does nothing. She stated that it's Todd Blanche is responsible. He knows all the names. He's just not doing anything. She is, I believe that she is correct in her assumptions, or her assertions, anything that it is that she's saying about this shit. I believe her, and I'm so happy that she's talking about it, because it's helped me make connections and realizations in my own life as to who is what. My brother, like I said, spent 20 years in motherfucking prison. He's been sitting in prison talking to people about this, being brainwashed, whatever, promise good things, big things, if he just does this, not realizing my brother's too stupid to fucking realize that they're gonna kill his ass too. Right? It's all a money grab. It's greedy fucking, this is greedy white people. Right? How is it that you can look at all the homeless people? I walk by homeless people all day of all different colors, all different shapes and sizes. And homeless people are happy. In my opinion, there's a lot of homeless people out there that are not drug addicts. When I walked by last time I did a walk through Hollywood, it was a bunch of homeless people. And like, they have art supplies. They're artists. They're talented. But they were made homeless because they refused to give in to white supremacy. That's what I'm talking about. If you don't, anybody in the comments with the stupid shit, you're part of it, and that you should be looked into. Right, but you're little, you're small. It's like the poor MAGA. That's what you are. You're the poor MAGA who doesn't realize they're gonna squash you like a bug too. So it's amazing to me that there's that many people. Talk about brainwash. You didn't brainwash me. You guys got fucked up on your own shit. Don't get high on your own supply, baby. Right? A real drug dealer. Look, I got attorney's number right here. Attorney at law. Why was it like the harassment was so bad 6 years ago? I had to send an email to this attorney saying, should I ever have anything come up as far as me harming another individual is self-defense, and I would like you to be my representation. It's not premeditated. I've been fighting this for 6 years, from behind this mask, from inside my house, from wherever it is that I've been at. And you know what they've done this entire time? They've trafficked me from one law firm to the next law firm to the next, and they've stolen money. So here, let's talk about it. Let's get in to talk about it. Louis Brisbois, I worked there 6 years, no problems. 6 years, no problems. I did great work. I realized the things around me were not set up in a position or a manner for things to actually function, especially when my boss, who is a black man, right? I don't know his real roots. He may not be full black. He may not be black even. He may be black presenting, but he's minority. And I have questions, because he could be part of the setup. Some of the information that he provided to me is truthful and believable, and which is why I can semi-trust him. But I do know that in my job search after being wrongfully terminated, there was some social engineering that was involved, as far as like a specific job recruiter contacting me and then trying to find out where I've interviewed at. And then what they do from there is they go and they talk to these places and they tell them like, hey, white supremacy, gonna set her ass up. So like, I can get the names. It's like people I used to talk to or think that I had as friends. Did I find it? I think I found it. People that I used to talk to or think that I had as friends were paid off and then given bad information about me. I don't know, whatever they believed, they just didn't hear it from me. So much like, oh my gosh. There was I remember going to an ATM one time, and how is it that this is their whole network? I'm exposing all you guys right now. Here we go. This isn't even the right one. You gotta look. But this is what social engineering, I'll show you in a second. Ooh, it's got the good old totem component. Skull and crossbones. I found it, so I'm almost ready to go do my shit for today. I just had to make sure I made this clear so when I'm walking in the street or when you don't see me no more, you understand who it was that took me out. And I'm not saying that it's this skate organization, but it's the bigger brother that supports it. So, hold on, let me sit down, let me get my shit together. I don't want to bleed on my couch. I gotta put my little fucking pissy diaper pad over here because they got all this motherfucking fragrance. Like, that's the whole thing. You guys is using fragrance and you're not realizing these little girls are getting their period earlier and earlier because they're trying to make babies out of them. All of this Tide, everybody wants to use Tide. No, you fucking don't. Your kid's gonna go from having a normal average adolescence, getting their period at 12, 13, 14, 15. Kids are getting their period at like 10 years old. So, I just want to show you. Right? Why is it, like, I've noticed, if you use Facebook in the way that I use Facebook, it's a very awkward way to use it, but you can see who's monitoring you. So if you're, like, say you're a black person, right? Black females, go check your feed. And if you don't already pay attention to who it is that's looking at your shit, pay close attention, because those are the people who are trying to set you up for anytime anything in your life goes wrong, because it shouldn't. You should be able to live a life of neutrality and not find that every corner you turn into is some fucked up shit happening to you. Right? This is how they keep making black people. Back in the day, they used to shoot at their feet to make them dance. It's different now. This is how they do it. So that's when I used to skate. This is my first year skating for the Derby Dolls, Los Angeles Derby Dolls. And it was Hell on Wheels was the name of the team. And my name was Mad Dog Marg. And I don't know what it was that made me choose the name. Romp Her, Stomp Her. That's the name I chose. But that's the influence that you get from the people that you're around. Right? And then we had to dress up for these pictures. My next photo that was like this when we did the bout. Look at that fucking symbol right there. That's the tattoo that one of our government officials has. That he don't want everybody, all the friends to know. Maybe he does. I don't know how many more other people there are in our government that have that same fucking tattoo. That's who killed Hayden Panettiere, Dolly Parton, motherfucking the guy that just fucking passed away too. That's all distraction. They're right now pulling the wool over your eyes because you're so obsessed with entertainment. You're so gung-ho on watching TMZ and shit. Do you know what TMZ is? TMZ is their media outlet. TMZ is what they use to control your ass, make you sit in your chair long enough so that you don't see what the fuck it is that's going on outside. If you took a walk outside, you would see that shit. But they're gonna keep you sick in your house. You gotta go get an air purifier because you got fucking mold now. So now you got an air conditioner and an air purifier, and they're just fighting each other. Right? Air conditioner blowing the fucking shit out. Air purifier trying to suck the shit in. Right? And then the whole time you're like, but I'm comfortable. It's not fucking comfortable. I lived here 11 years comfortably. No fucking air conditioner. You guys forced me to get one, and then that's how all the mold is spreading. Right? Because negative pressure, bitch, I'm positive. I am positive pressure. So we offset. If you get it. Maybe that's where he got the name from. Offset. I'm going to offset that motherfucking shit, and it's not going to fucking affect me. So pay attention to this logo right here. Pay attention to who I've worked for. Pay attention to what they're fucking in trouble for. How do you pick up a motherfucking RICO in December? I got hired in October. You caught a RICO in December. Do you think I'm worried about you? Not at fucking all. Right? Look at these people in the comments who's trying so hard to make me not pay attention. How long you had to come in here in order to comment on my shit? You had to come in here 10 days ago, plant yourself in there, look at all these motherfucking people. You have to follow me to comment. These people are all seeds. The seed came before the fruit, or what? How you can't just grow shit? We evolve, bitch. And we're not, you guys are not evolving enough. Well, I explained how we could fix it, and you don't care. You really don't care about money. You care about harming black people. Because if you were to change roller derby in a way or in a manner that allowed for black skaters to skate with you, against you, and not feel all the fucking hate that you guys have for yourself, you would make a lot more money, but you would rather fuck up black people's lives. Right? You would rather have them screaming at YouTube at 4:47 in the morning about motherfucking white supremacy than you would rather have real entertainment. Right? Because it's not about, and it's not just white supremacists. This just is one particular symbol. They're separatists, right? It is all related to racism. Everybody wants their race to be the number one ultra race. As a hybrid, everybody hates Margie, right? Like everybody hates Chris. You're gonna hate Margie because Margie's telling the fucking truth. So, I don't know. I love myself. Look at me. Shit, bitch. Look at me. Right? And then they keep, there's all these things, like part of their agenda. They want me to wear makeup. Why do they want me to wear makeup? So they can have someone impersonate me when they do a deep fake video of the shit that they're going to claim that I did. Right? Do you want to take, I will let you. Because I really don't have anything in here that I care about. And I just want people to know, like, there's no stash of people's shit in my apartment. Here, we'll go now. This shoes in there, that's all shoes. Shoes, roller skates maybe, fucking sporting shit, right? All my shit's in boxes. You know why? Because they did this in order so they could just push my shit out the door, right? I got this shit here because I got people walking by my door at 3 a.m. I don't know who the fuck they are, right? It's going to be very hard to get in here for you. Work desk, but I gotta disconnect everything because even just taking the trash out, all it takes is 2 minutes for them to put some shit on your fucking computer, and I'm dealing with child pedophiles. Right? This shit, that's my pen collection, absolutely unnecessary. That's autism. That's what autism looks like. Right? I gotta sit next to an air purifier. I got glue, pen, shit, trash can, because I throw my trash out. Floor don't look that bad. Apartment not that fucking dirty. Right? This shit, everything's got to be in boxes because it's mold, it's not dust. Paper towels always because I got to clean my shit. What? Fan because I got a temperature regulation. These fucking masks I don't even need to wear anymore because I'm not scared of you guys. More shit. Right? It's not room in here for anybody else's shit. All this shit, that's the shit I gotta clean up. That's all the clutter, but that's why I also pulled this totem comp fucking picture out of. So as I go through shit, I'm realizing, that's a box of pick-a-brick wall Legos. You really want motherfucking loose brick Legos so bad that you're gonna hang out in the hallway by my apartment? Everything's on wheels. Everything got air going underneath it. Everything is clean, bitch. Everything is clean. I don't even know if my kitty litter box got a shit in it. I don't know if she took a shit today, but kitty, you need to because we're about to go outside. Right? Only place I got mold is back here. Right? It's drifting. I gotta clean that shit. I got all that shit on top of that thing to make it inconvenient for you. It's not because I'm messy. My apartment is in this particular, look at the fucking lining up of the Legos and shit. I don't know. I got a whole fucking garage, right? Like my apartment is in this condition to keep you guys from just walking your asses in here, putting your shit places, taking shit from places. It's very much intentional. Before I had all this shit blocked off like this, like I understand what fire code is. It's 3 feet. You need 3 feet of space so they could get the gurney in. Right? If you don't got 3 feet of space, you're going to die in your apartment. Earthquake, they can't get the gurney in, you're dead. Right? So 3 feet of space is specifically for the gurney. But I'm healthy, as far as I know, even with complications from chemicals in the building. Let's see. PPB is low as fuck right now. But this also can't be trusted because they're really good at hacking. So what the PPB says, it's a... What's that say? 49% humidity, 20 ppb, 28.5 Celsius. I haven't changed it to Fahrenheit. American measurements are weird. So, I just want you to know, I'm not worried about you. You hang out in the hallway for what? I'm looking at this shit like, is there anything what are you gonna do with it? You can't even get to it. You want my helmet? Right? The shit that's fucking legit, you're not gonna be able to get to it. So, and I have to do this every day. In order to enjoy the shit in my life that I want to enjoy, I have to go pull it out the fucking secret garage. So, thank you. Is that somebody here? Let me see. Money eases the pain. You might be the realest one. It is crashing, and their whole shit's going down. And they're, like I said, they're scratching at the air. They're reaching at the air, and they're trying everything possible. And all I have to do is remember to only state facts and not name names and not defame people, because it is people who have a lot of money. But once they don't have any money, I can say what the fuck I want because they won't be able to do shit. Right? We're gonna be the same in the end. It's all gonna be the same. I can't imagine living a life after having stolen $4 million, but my like, how are you a business professional and you got to steal money from your clients, right? So I can share some of my experience to the best of my ability. One thing that I risk, there's people out there that are like, you're never gonna work again, but I think each day that I go to my current job, I do prove that I'm very much capable and able of working. I'm very skilled, trained, highly intelligent, very honest, ultra honest, to the point where I make everybody else around me have to step up and perform better. And that's annoying to criminals. That's annoying to people who don't want to do that shit. So I'll say some things that I want to make sure I get off my chest. So in the event that you got to search all my emails from wherever it is that I'm at, from wherever it is that I've been, because all I've been doing, I had a very good attorney I worked for, and she taught me how to make a case, and I think that she knew that this was going to end up happening eventually. So all that I have to do is make sure that I don't speak out. That's what they've been waiting for. They want me to strike first. They want me to hit them first. They want me to be, I'm going to file a lawsuit. I don't need to file a lawsuit, bitch. You already had to step down, didn't you, CEO? Right? Being a whistleblower is not bad when you understand who you're fucking dealing with. Do I need to remind you of how big my whistle is again? Can I show you? Because this should let you know everything. And you guys are like kikiing and ha-haing, but this is the biggest whistle you could find. Aside from like a train horn. So, like I said, it's so many symbolism. The Titanic. Somebody I work for had bloodlines that was on the motherfucking Titanic. If you do your research, you'll know who I'm talking about. Right? It's a little bit of research, but I'll give you a hint. It's the same firm that's going through a motherfucking RICO complaint right now. And I even think that's fake because of the powers that be. I think that that's fake and intended for me to talk about them. Right? But it's fake, but it's real. Because listen, when I was sitting in that accounting chair, I seen checks. This is factual. There were checks that came through, and I had to constantly stop and go ask my boss, hey, is that a pink box? Because if that's a pink box, that means the check's been washed. If that's a pink box on this QuickBooks check, that means that this check has been washed. So are you guys washing it? Are you washing real checks in order to reuse them? Are you having your clients send us washed checks? Is this a check from a fake checkbook? I had to ask stuff like that. And the reason I had to do that, and then I wrote it down in a little book, and I posted everything that I wrote down in that little book, Rocketbook. So everybody who got access to my Microsoft, whatever, any of the hackers who want to access my Gmail, I left the paper trail very intentionally for a reason. I know that you guys can get into anything. I know that you have access to anything. I also know that there's good hackers. There's people out there working against you. So I'm an open book. If somebody is to find my shit, if I wrote it down as a note, it was intended for someone else to find. So my whole life I've had to do this, because when I brought up the symbols of racism and symbols of hate to the roller derby league, and they performatively said, oh, we'll look into it, and then they proceeded not to do shit about it because that they have no intention of changing this motherfucking photo, this motherfucking logo. They have no intentions of changing that logo, but they will still ask you every day for your money because the league needs to fucking survive. What are you? Half of you guys got really good jobs, half of you guys got a lot of money, but you just keep asking other people for money. Go out to your sources. They want to find out anybody who donated on your behalf to their league. Like, they want to find out who your connections are, and then they go to your connections, and then your connections are at risk of going through the same thing as you. So the only person who ever donated on my behalf was me. So I'm not trying to tie other people up into fucking racism. I like skating with you, though. You're elite trainers. You are elite trainers. Too bad you're fucking racist. Not all of you, but those of you who fail to identify, who fail to recognize it, you are the problem. And it's not just you are racist. I said everybody's racist, including myself. So if you are, like, what's his name on the chat the other night, who wanted to say where he comes from, being called an incel is a bad thing, who got extremely defensive over it, right? And then he proceeded to tell on himself some more and say that he's divorced. Well, why'd you get a divorce? Your wife didn't like you. Why didn't she like you? Maybe because you're abusive. Maybe because your opinions are too strong, right? So you tell on yourselves every time you get defensive. How is it being a defense attorney? You telling on yourself all fucking day. So you don't need to defend anything if you're telling the truth. So I can calm the fuck down, and you're not going to get that angry voice file from me. I'll see all your funny asses outside in a minute, okay? I might make breakfast. I might be late to work today. Don't wait on me. Don't wait on me because it's stupid. You're waiting on me because you want to intimidate me, and your ass is going to get pissed off for waiting. Then you're going to walk inside the building and try to be more scary than you are, and you're not. And that's it, right? So if I tell you right now I'm going outside, maybe I will take a ticket. Maybe I don't give a fuck about my shit getting towed. What I think is funny is when you guys think you're going to intimidate me and you don't. Do you know I am the child of 2 World War II veterans? If you knew what telomeres are, you'll understand what trauma is. Somebody asked me, why are you not running? Pretty much is what they said in different words. Why are you not running? Why am I not running? Because running makes people tired. Why would I run when I can stand here and fight with more energy? Right? Did you want to chase me? You can't catch me. Why do you think they made me a jammer? Right? I wasn't the best jammer. I don't even know if I was even that good. But they definitely had fun taking hits at me. And each time they tried, I made sure I did my... Ooh, you should watch those videos. Watch the videos of me skating. I think it's 2018, 2019... Los Angeles Derby Dolls videos. My little fucking weird ass legs can't fucking stop for shit, but that's not stopping me. Right? I never been scared. So it's really funny how you guys get yourself in this situation, because maybe you scared somebody else. It wasn't me. Right? Hayden probably had that same energy, and that's how she got herself killed, and she opened it up. She exposed all of you guys. She opened it up. She opened it up for us to talk about it. So she is a hero, bitch. You gave her the title that she definitely needed. Right? I don't even care about titles. I don't want a title. Oh, but you got Mario and Luigi, though. You guys been thinking I'm going to crash out? Put Princess Peach in that shit. Put Yoshi. I think I'm more like a Yoshi. Right? You can't catch me. You could try. You could try to pin all this shit on me. But every single email I send, it's like, damn, well, if she was guilty, she wouldn't have sent that email. Why is it when it comes time to refund people's money, shit gets funny? Why is it, I've been at law firms where they've held on to $300,000, $100,000 of overpayment. Who is able to make an overpayment in that amount? That's not an overpayment. That's a payment for a murder. That's a payment for a murder. When I worked at Jones Day, there was, and that's for as clean as their books were. I really find it hard to believe that there was just like $100,000, $200,000 on the books from somebody's mistake. I worked on a bankruptcy. I worked on Caesar Palace bankruptcy where I had to have that shit down to the penny. And it split 5 ways, 6 ways. Split percentage change. Somebody come on, somebody fall off. But my shit had to be to the penny. They weren't messing with my work back then. But when I go to Lewis Brisbois, I worked on the Northrop Grumman. You know who Northrop Grumman is, government contractor, right? And that shit, similar thing. I don't think, it wasn't out of bankruptcy, but it had to do with water. If you look at me, I'm smiling right now. It had to do with water. And when they started harassing me and stalking me, there was a spreadsheet that had to have exact numbers. Otherwise, I couldn't print the bill. I had to put, this is how, oh my gosh, you guys got set up to get caught too. You don't even know. It's two forces working simultaneously. So in order for me to print the bills, that particular spreadsheet, I had to do the spreadsheet, do the math, and then use that spreadsheet to put the numbers in the computer for the bills to come out. So when the bills don't match the spreadsheet, that's how I know somebody went in and fucked with my work. Right? All it took was like 5, they chose 5 cells, 10 cells, in cell. They chose whatever, however many cells to fuck with. And then that created like a week's worth of work trying to figure that shit out. Right? And then if we're working home pandemic shit during that time, I'm sure somebody's accessing my computer. Right? We're home, working home from, pandemic was forced. Pandemic was design. I can't even believe I'm involved in all of this. I'm a nobody, bitch. And I got all these people out in Hollywood walking around trying to fucking make me go crazy. Bitch, I seen you from before I even seen you. This is what all the GATE students is coming to fuck your shit up right now. Every single GATE student. Because GATE students are smart enough to know the difference between racism and fucking being a racist. Right? Racism exists within you and me, but while I might have, okay, so I have to rephrase it because I think I said everyone's a racist. I'll rephrase it. Everyone has racism in them. Only a select few are actually racist. So I'll rephrase it for you. Right? The people who are racist are the people who refuse to acknowledge or make changes. That's what racism is. So racism exists within you, it exists within me. But if you get in touch with your racial bias, if you ask yourself, well, why did I say that? Where did I learn that from? If you can say that to yourself, you will have a way better grip on life. You will get along with people better when you acknowledge why it is that you need them in your lives. Right? It's all for lessons. It's not because you need them to do something for you. That's greedy shit. Learn how to, you can teach a man to fish, right? You can give him a fish. That's what all this fucking fishing shit is. Speaking of fish, okay. So I think I'm allowed to do this without, I just want to say these things, and I'm saying them because they were brought to my attention within my employment as things that are red flags or paying attention to. I cannot divulge too much information. You're going to have to get that out my emails. You're going to have to get it out the Rocket Books. Or I think that in the court of law, the judge can ask me what the fuck I was talking about. But there are certain things like sailfish, Trachtenberg, Boyd, Freeman, Anita Freeman, All Red Morocco, whatever. There are certain things that I should not have any business or any knowledge of. There are certain things, DP audio. This is coming from photographic memory because I said something's not right. Um, right? Like imagine. I just think like that's the whole reason I got into fountain pens, right? Because as I'm depositing checks for this company, I'm realizing that these are older people, right? And then somebody told me they call it Luddite. I have like a strong draw to things how they were done in the old days. And um I'm looking at these checks and I'm seeing like, oh, these are people with money and they're old now and their handwriting, you could tell some of them got arthritis. There's some of them that manage their own checkbook still. Other ones have business management companies manage it. For the ones that still, as you get old, you don't realize how your fucking your brain starts to slip, right? So one of the things that is possible for these people to do, and I'm not saying that they did without saying that they did, unless you put me in the front of a judge and I have to swear to the oath of it, that's the only place where I'm really gonna be talking about it. But in in um in your older years, if you have a lot of money, you need to find someone you can trust to help you manage it. And it's crazy to me because you can't trust anybody. You can trust me because I don't have any need to take anything from you. I don't have the need to. But I'm going to explain to you what I saw and how I know that these people take advantage of older people who is fucking losing their fucking mind. There's a system that was used. They changed their name. SurePoint, Coyote. The system that's used, it makes bills. And even I, as a person who's still of their right mind, when I read some of these bills, they give you like 3 totals on the front, right? It's very convoluted. So you got your past due balance, but if you sent a check that came in and it wasn't applied within time, like if somebody on the billing side fucked up and didn't correct your bill to be accurate as of the date of sending, you're going to get another bill and it's going to have an amount. And if you're not paying attention, if you're the kind that has so much money, you're just paying your bills, these people are pocketing that shit. Right? So for me, it's very important when I send out something that has a past due balance, I'll highlight the current balance. Please only pay the current balance. If you have a question about your balance, please only pay the current balance and then request a statement of account. And that should save you. I could save you thousands of dollars, right? And that's for anybody who has to pay a bill ever. And the reason I do that, the reason I have to say this, is because I did get caught for financial crimes as a youth, and that's what they're trying to use against me. Right? They saw, oh, this bitch did check fraud when she was young. Yeah, when I was young and I was dumb and I didn't understand, I would never do that because as I get older, I realize how important it is to hold on to your shit. So, what I'm telling all my wealthy clients that maybe have accounts at that firm, other places, if you are managing your own checkbook and you ever have to fucking write a check to a place on a bill, only pay your current balance due. Let them tell you how much you fucking owe them. And if it comes back funny and you feel like something's off, address it. Because there's people in places, social engineering is real. How do you think these people buy all these cars and shit and they just no, bitch, your ass should be walking. Really, your ass should be on the bus. But you stole all this money from people. Right? It'll be so funny for me to see some of these people that used to be wearing the red bottom shoes riding on the fucking big old orange ass bus. That's funny to me. Because those things don't really go together. Right? Not in my eyes. If you got enough money for those shoes, why the fuck is your ass on this bus? And vice versa. If you ride on the bus, you don't got enough money for those shoes. It don't, like, if those things don't add up, it don't make sense. Unless you're riding the bus from West Hollywood to Beverly Hills to Century City, any of those areas, you probably got a car. You might see the red bottom shoes, but anywhere else, it's an anomaly. Right? That's out of convenience. You're doing that out of convenience, not out of necessity. Most people ride the bus out of necessity. So that's what makes Santa Monica Boulevard a very interesting boulevard to ride the bus along. If you put federal agents, marshals, whatever you want to fucking call them, just on that Santa Monica bus alone, you could catch a lot of criminals. That's why they got the confidential informant program riding on that shit all day, every day. All right. I'll see you later. I'll come back with more stuff after I go outside and more people try to play mind games with me, brain games. I'm going to see this guy with this tattoo on the back of his neck that said 415 when I go look at my car, I bet. Almost guarantee it. Because he's been there every day that I've gone to my car. So we're not associates. I don't know who he is, but I do know that he drives, I want to say it's a Chevy Silverado Z71, and I think it's silver. Because one day when I got off the bus to go to my car, I saw him at his car. I don't know if he does construction, but a lot of the people doing this do construction, right? Because how else are they going to get access to your home so that they could put mold in it? You guys got to watch out. That's the air. You, Reckless Ben, go ahead. I'm okay with passing away because Reckless Ben going to carry the torch. Reckless Ben is fearless. And that should tell you I'm not racist. It's not racist. People are like, I hate everybody of this skin color regardless. They don't offer anything good, blah, 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 blah. Reckless Ben is a white kid who has privilege, right? Just based on his skin, he recognizes it and he's using it to the best of, even if it's to the best of his advantage, he's using it to the best of everyone's advantage. Right? So I do support him. Because even if this is all just for entertainment, he gets it talked about. This is the topic we need to be talking about. And what happens by us talking about it? You guys expose yourself. So keep up the good work, Reckless Ben. Right? I think he might have even got hired by that big old funny agency. Right? I don't know if that went well or he ended that really quickly or I don't know what happened. But I think that he's got God on his side. And whatever his situation, because these people all have a lot of money. And that's what he was saying. Like, he's been able to go up against all these people with a lot of money and not have these consequences affect him. So either he's working with him or I really think it would be strange that they would want to throw, well, it could be a changing of the times. Maybe they don't want to be child pedophiles anymore. Maybe they want to stick to one racket. Get the child pedophiles out of here. And I don't care. A financial crime, I'm going to complain about you, especially if you try to involve me in it. But more important to me is to save the children. Right? Why do I got to have these Legos here? Because I saved myself. So it's more important for me to save the children. And with that, I want to leave you guys here. I'll read some of these comments maybe later. You should read the comments, really. And look at the people who's just trying to make this like a joke or pass over it. And when I say look at them, I mean investigate them. When you have somebody who wants to come on and attack me or pick on me or troll on me, they're part of this fucking shit. Because in the world, everyone's neutral. They're part of this shit or they were abused as a kid. I don't know which one. I'll let you figure it out. Have a great day.